While the currently accepted consensus is that the endgame in Wuthering Waves is Tower of Adversity, the title of most difficult content definitely belongs to hologram bosses. In this series of guides, I will be giving you the tools to help you tackle them more effectively. Each guide will cover a different hologram boss, going over optimal strategies to fight them, analyzing their movesets for each difficulty, and then also covering their matchups against each character. I'll be kicking off the series with both the tankiest, but also the easiest of the bunch, the Feilian Beringal. I'll be calling him Big Monkey from now on, just to make it easier for both of us. Now at first glance, it may not seem obvious, but the fight against the Big Monkey is almost entirely scripted, even at higher difficulties. What this means for us is that really all we have to do is treat it as if we were learning dance choreography. The catch is, every time we go up in difficulty, the dance gets faster and faster, and each mistake will cost us more and more, with difficulty 6 pretty much only being possible if you are able to do a full no-hit run. Starting out with difficulty 1, let's take a look at the full fight to go over the entire choreography. He will start out the fight with a right backhand slap, followed by a right hook, then he gives us a smaller opening while scratching his ass, and then he does another right hook. After that, he will jump back and charge at us, giving us an opportunity to land a parry. After this, whether you parried him or not, he will jump up and slam the ground, and then circle around us, followed by another jumping slam. Then he will give us an opening, and he will move on to his ground pound AoE shockwave attack. The first and second shockwaves give us enough time to punish with dodge counters in between, while the third one will leave us a longer opening to let us pummel away at him. After this point, he will reset his choreography and keep repeating the exact same sequence until you get him down to 70% health, at which point he will jump on a tree and do a single ground pound shockwave before jumping back down, giving us a very long opening. This is when you should go absolutely ham with whatever max DPS rotation you practiced. An important thing to note is that after this point, the monkey enters phase 2, taking more damage than before and also getting a moveset change. While at difficulty 1, this part is still very much fully choreographed, at higher difficulties a bit of variation will start appearing here, but honestly still not a whole lot. As for the choreography itself, he will start off with an attack that you can parry, which if you do parry, he will reel back, give you a moderate opening to wail on him, and then follow up with a dropkick. Now if you don't parry it, he will follow up with a short opening with a downward slam. So unless you want to get slapped across the face with his huge log, do note that you have to dodge twice. Regardless of whether you parried or not, he will do a dropkick eventually, and after the dropkick he will wander around a bit and then do a big swing, fall on his ass, giving you a shorter opening, before he follows up with another swing with a long recovery, giving you a slightly longer opening. Now this next attack is going to be the bane of pretty much all of your runs, especially solo ones. Once the previously mentioned long opening is over, he will gather the power of the wind and start spinning around for a total of 6 spins, each subsequent spin being faster and faster than the previous one. The 3 main ways you can deal with this attack are baiting him into one of the corners of the arena, and then run all the way across to the other side while he starts doing the attack. This is generally the safest approach. Dodge countering in between each of his spins. This is going to be the way you want to approach it for solo runs, especially if you need to squeeze out every bit of DPS that you possibly can. And last but not least, is by lining up your stamina break on him so that it happens exactly when he wants to start this attack. For this one, ideally, you want to be running a team other than, parries. Outro skills are the most consistent source of stamina damage, so doing it solo is pretty hard. After he finishes doing the Spinneroonie, he will start the choreography all over again, from the point where he gives you a huge opening, followed by the parryable attack. Now difficulty 2 and difficulty 3's fights are going to be almost exactly the same as difficulty 1, with 2 small differences. The first one is that when he jumps on the tree, he will be doing a series of ground pound AoE shockwaves instead of a single one, so make sure you get used to dodging multiple of these in a row. The second difference is that he gains a quick attack in his second phase. He will be able to do a quick right hook followed by a cameo appearance from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson doing the people's elbow. As for when he does this attack, he will alternate between this and the dropkick after his first parryable attack, so be on the lookout for it then. Other than these 2 small changes, the fight is pretty much still the exact same as in difficulty 1, with the only other difference being his increased health pool and damage. Now difficulty 4 and difficulty 5 are still mostly going to be more of the same. That said, he will actually start giving you shorter and shorter openings between his attacks, and the pace of the fight will be somewhat faster with each subsequent difficulty. In addition, for difficulty 5, he can actually jump up on the tree when he is low on health if you can't finish him off in time. So do be careful with that and keep that in mind when trying to see if your DPS will be enough to get a successful run. Now difficulty 6 is where the real fun begins. In addition to being the highest HP enemy in the game right now, meaning you basically need to be a Giga Whale at this point to actually beat him, he also gains monkey assists who will throw green poop at you on quite a few of his attacks. After his first backhand slap, right hook combo, he will summon a spirit monkey, then after his second hook into the parryable attack, he will also summon 2 spirit monkeys, then after his second jumping ground slam, he also summons a spirit monkey. These monkeys basically make it so that you have less openings to actually do DPS to him, which when paired with his insane health pool, makes it one of the hardest challenges in the game right now. If by some miracle you can get him to phase 2, his first big opening after he jumps off the tree is now no longer as such, since he summons like 3 or 4 spirit monkeys in a row. After that, he summons a spirit monkey after each of his attacks. Honestly, I'm not even sure if he has any other phases or hidden attacks in phase 2, because I haven't seen it yet, since I haven't really been able to get him anywhere near under half his health, so make of that what you will. Having gone over his moveset though, and the different difficulties, let's take a look at character matchups. How I will cover this section is by putting each character into one of 2 categories, good and bad. Good matchups are characters who do okay against the boss, and bad matchups are characters who you really should think twice before bringing into this particular fight. So with that little explanation out of the way, let's look at the monkey's matchups. Since the monkey is a particularly easy hologram boss to deal with as far as his moveset goes, the vast majority of the cast will do very well against him. As for who does the best out of all of these, I would have to give that to Danjin. I'm making an advanced character guide for her, and I'll go more into detail about why I think she does so well against hologram bosses in general, so be on the lookout for that later this week. I hope you guys found this little guide helpful. I will be making the next one in this series sometimes later this week, so be on the lookout for that as well. And if you enjoyed the video, or if you actually found it helpful, then leave a like, or if you didn't like it, then leave a dislike. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos similar to this one. Character guides as well, boss fights, just random ranting about, the meta game and whatnot. So all that stuff. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I'm Dr. Misk. Until next time, peace.